Hello my friends and welcome to episode 76 of Strategic Minds. It is, I believe, to be the final mission. We have just a whole lot of money. Right, let's just start with the basics, which is to overstrengthen everything to whatever its maximum may be, or is. Oh, so close. Okay, so that leaves us with 2,083 to spend. There isn't anything particularly new here. There's the Archer anti-tank. Which I'm going to presume is not really that much more exciting. Well, it's actually a fair bit more exciting, actually. But I'm not about to pay full price for it. Tank-wise, there's nothing really new. Obviously, there's the Firefly. Offering a pretty reasonable upgrade for the Matilda, but not cheap. And there's the Gloucester Meteor. Which is probably not particularly better than the Spitfire. It's reasonably better, but not like, you know, nothing to really write home about. Okay, so here's my issue. I actually have a hero left. Not this one. This one. But he's for a fighter, and I don't have a second fighter. So the question is, do I buy a fighter just to deploy that hero? If I'm going to buy a fighter, I might as well buy the top one, right? At 739, it is quite expensive. Do you know what? I'm just going to do it. What the hell? Oh, he can't be assigned to this fighter. Because it has to damage enemy fighters to be assigned. So it doesn't matter that I've unlocked him on a different plane. Well, that's annoying. Oh well. Oh well, whatever. I only bought it to put the hero on it, but it doesn't work that way. I only put the aircraft raider on because it halves the nighttime attack penalty. These boys and their Piats, huh? Can't bring those mortars along and still be air mobile. Actually, I think I'd rather just stick with the Piat. So this is the real question, is do I want ground transports for my ground troops? I'm actually going to upgrade my regulars to Gurkhas. Access to that special ability is actually really quite nice. And it's a lot cheaper to make the upgrade now, because I've got quite a few infantry discounts. I think I took the old Elise searchlight off a few of these. Because I needed money. They don't normally run out of ammo. Some with ammo and some with extra capability seems reasonable. Okay, so the question is, what do I do with my 900 money? And I guess it's to upgrade my tanks, right? So we're heading into the final mission now. Buying new tanks is going to be a bad idea, because they're going to be so many levels behind. They're going to struggle to get anything done. So it's a choice between the Churchill 4, which I can just about afford to get 2 of, and probably the same for the Firefly. The difference being that the Firefly enjoys Overwatch hard and high precision. Although, you know, the tank line thing does that Overwatch hard as well. And I'm not sure if it stacks. So it's a slight improvement in firepower and also gaining first strike on 2 hexes, or maintaining that heavy armor, but just being way tougher. But I already have a few heavy armor vehicles. After being stopped by anti-tank Overwatch, you could move and attack. Do you know what? I think we'll get... one more Churchill 4. And I'll convert one of these to a Firefly. Okay, and that's all my money spent. A little bit annoying that I can't just straight away put the hero on this guy. Guess I really needed to buy a second fighter early. Okay, the man himself. Heavy air transport. I always thought about getting this. In fact, I did get it once. On the mission that ended up corrupted. Removes that close quarters penalty. But I'm also very tempted to get this infrastructure repair, because that's actually slowed me down a few times. Mobile disembarkation. Let's go for it. It's gonna help me push infantry out of towns. The Glorious floats on.
This whole Italian affair reeks of incompetence. Lack of coordination, disorganized forces, contradictory strategy. And even worse, where's our initiative? With this command of yours, Sir Harold, it's a miracle we made any progress at all.
That's what you do when things get tough? Blame your superiors? Disgusting. You were marking time in Sicily, while my all-American boys took Messina.
Showboating does not win wars. I stand by my strategy. There is a time to strike and a time to hold back.
And a time to allow your enemy to regroup and counterattack. Bravo, Monty. One hell of a strategy you've got.
There is no point in discussing strategy with someone who doesn't understand it. It is time for me to depart to London and help plan the Normandy landings. Sir Alan Brooke has already been informed.
You're running from the battlefield, you little wretch. In the U.S. Army, we have a thing called discipline. An American soldier never quits until he is victorious.
I've seen your discipline. Hitting your own wounded at a hospital. Takes a big man to hit a fellow who can't fight back.
What on earth are you talking about?
You better ask Patton himself, and quickly, before every newsman in the European theatre comes knocking on his door.
General Patton, please stay after the meeting. It appears we have to talk.
Down to business. Who should be in charge of planning Operation Overlord?
I propose General Alexander.
Indeed. Sir Harold commands respect among both the British and the American personnel. I have nothing but praise for him after North Africa.
Cooperation is a factor. But for planning a large-scale operation like this, I'd rather assign an officer with a superior strategic mind. Bernard Montgomery is the right man for the job.
What a surprising choice.
The best British general, according to the newspapers. But I have to say, certainly not the most cooperative or pleasant. My officers had a hard time dealing with him.
Montgomery's all ego and no tact. Coordination among the Allied troops might suffer for it.
Sensitive egos of some senior officers might suffer, you mean? Montgomery's military talent is undisputed. If we must accept his manners to have a plan that saves lives, we're all grown men here, aren't we?
I'm beginning to think you have a horse in this race.
Not at all. To be frank, Montgomery is butting heads with Alexander in Italy right now. I want to put his talents to good use here in London. That will allow Alexander to finish the Italian campaign in peace, so to speak.
Agreed then. Monty comes to London. But not just him. We will have to redeploy thousands of troops from Italy to Britain to carry out the landings in Normandy.
We could leave General Patton in Italy, under Alexander's command.
I love
Patton
it.
was temporarily
It's
removed
like
from
a bad
command
drama.
after the slapping incident. I have a special assignment for him.
Well then, General
I'm
Alexander
gonna have to
will
look
have to
this
conquer
up, this
northern Italy, with
whole
neither Monty
slapping
nor
thing.
Patton under his command. Let's hope he can manage it.
What? That's got to be based on something historical, surely. They wouldn't have just made that up. I hope not. Oh, there's something going on there, and I don't know what it is, but I want
General
to know.
Alexander, is the invasion of northern Italy ready to begin?
Only finishing touches left, Field Marshal Brooke.
Excellent. We cannot delay much longer. We must mass our troops in Italy before beginning Operation Overlord. During the offensive, you will have to take the key cities of central and northern Italy: Pescara, Rome, Siena,
Rome.
Arezzo,
Go and
Florence,
sack Rome.
Rimini, Ravenna, Bologna, Parma, La Spezia, Genoa, Milan, and Venice. It is no small or easy task, but I'm sure our joint effort will be enough to kick the Germans off the Apennines.
I agree, it is well within our possibility. But first we'll have to cross the Gustav Line, the toughest defensive line standing in our way. First we'll have to suppress the enemy fortifications. Without them, the Germans cannot possibly hold us back.
A good plan, but it hasn't worked yet. We tried to breach the enemy lines at Monte Cassino 3 times now, and every time the Germans forced us back. This must not happen for the 4th time, General Alexander. And don't forget the failed landing operation at Anzio. The Germans have our troops trapped on that beach. Try to reach them while you can. They won't last long without reinforcements.
I'll do everything I can,
sweet
sir.
bait.
Lastly, several officers have contacted me. I understand that the Abbey of Monte Cassino stands right in the way of your advance, but try to keep it intact. The locals and the clergy are hiding out there. Moreover, if we destroy it, our relations with the Vatican will inevitably sour. Do not bomb that monastery, and keep the artillery away from it.
Fine, Field Marshal. I will admit leveling that abbey would make the advance much easier.
We need to think about the image we project as liberators if we want to command any influence in the future. We must operate with tact, discretion, and absolute precision. Begin the offensive when ready. Godspeed.
Bomb it to the ground. Bomb it to the ground. Oh, look at all these useless auxiliary units. What are you gonna do with 10 strength units?
Well,
The forces have gathered for the operation are awe-inspiring, Sir Harold. Americans, Britons, French, Canadians, Poles, Indians, New Zealanders, Italians, and many others have joined forces to restore peace and order to the world. There is a sense of optimism to it, don't you think?
I agree. Hopefully, after this war, the peoples of Europe and the rest of the
The
world
Pipples!
will finally learn to live in peace. Because, by God, this has been a costly lesson.
The Pipples! Okay.
Tank ready for action.
They're all level 5. But that won't help them because they're all standard strength.
We'll blow them to kingdom come. Tanks awaiting orders. Ready to put the fear of God in them.
Right. I wish you could see how many turns you've got.
Ready to unload.
Seriously, guys.
Anybody knows our survival chances?
Anti-air.
Standing by, sir.
Put the soft ones in the center. Okay, 5 anti-aircraft guns is enough to actually do the whole width of Italy. That's gonna be a big fat no to any air attack.
Where do you need us?
Commando unit awaiting orders.
You won't leave here alive. Okay.
British commandos standing by.
Infantry in position around the airport.
Patrick Doorhill on the line.
Nothing is impossible. For me, not sure about you.
Okay. Let's just keep my aircraft by the airport. For now, there are 2 airports.
We'll wade into the enemy.
Let's send him along towards the Abbey. That's obviously going to be the area that needs the quickest and best cleanup.
We'll sneak up on them.
Tanks awaiting orders.
Commander Norman Plow awaiting orders.
Any orders for us?
Okay, I mean, there's not really much choice in terms of deployment here. You deploy in a line. That's it. So there's really nothing to talk about. Can't deploy over here. And I appreciate all the air units over there, but
Ready to unload.
that's an anti-aircraft gun. I appreciate the fact that there's all these aircraft over here.
Anti-aircraft gun standing by.
I can only presume are going to be in big trouble if I try to use them. So I guess the correct move would be to actually move these 3 anti-aircraft guns so that they're all next to each other and land all the aircraft until such time as we know that we can use them without them being shot down. And that's it, really. What else is there to say? 19 turns. Okay, so the furthest away objective is Milan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, let's say 50. 50 tiles to cover in 19 turns. $50 tiles to cover in 19 turns. So that's a pace of 2.5. That's quite a high pace. Not saying that it can't be done or anything.
Ready for action, I think.
For example, a pace of 2.5 means that the anti-aircraft guns cannot keep up and remain deployed. That's a whole lot of concrete there. I've got sappers on most of my stuff.
We'll sneak up on them.
Tommies are here.
And of course, these guys can't clear the mines in one go because they're not strong enough. They've got an airport here, so they're probably going to have anti-aircraft there and aircraft.
Sir Harold, the American Air Force over on Corsica is under your control. I'm sure it will be of great help when you're breaching the enemy fortifications.
Thank you, Field Marshal. Is it true that the Yankees have turned the entire island into an airbase?
It certainly looks that way. One can never have too much air support. And since we're about to march on Germany, those planes will be seeing plenty of action.
Yeah, I'm sure they will, but... You know, I mean, if this is the final mission, I suppose casualties don't matter, but you really, truly can't use that until you know what's going on over here. Air power is extremely powerful, but also extremely fragile. If there's nothing around to stop them, they just destroy everything. But even one anti-aircraft gun and one fighter with sufficient levels and overstrength can just decimate aircraft, and they're very expensive.
British infantry reporting. Where do you need us? British infantry reporting.
Okay, well, that's it for deployment. I think I'm just going to have to run some spy planes over this area, or send the old recon car
Recon unit reporting.
so I can see what's going on. Might be an idea to bomb these two bunkers into dust, so I can then sweep these mines away and start getting in there. That is quite the tight wall. I don't know whether I want to use this US
Got
junker
a
or
job
not.
for a tank?
Well, not all of it is US. We've also got
Anti-aircraft gun standing by.
some Italian junk. An anti-aircraft crusader. Sweet. Wow, it's got great stats. Huh. Was I not allowed to acquire that? Oh, look, there it is. I must have just overlooked it. 12 air attack. Counts as small caliber though. That's the only problem. Counts as small caliber. Although I don't think the enemy ever uses strategic.
Anti-aircraft gun standing by.
I don't think the enemy ever uses strategic aircraft.
Tank ready for action.
Yeah, cannot attack strategic aviation, but these don't count as strategic aviation, do they? Still count as tactical bombers. So really, there's no disadvantage to actually using that anti-aircraft crusader. It's not quite as good of an anti-aircraft gun, but it's still very good, and it's much improved in in a lot of areas, including being tough as nails and self-propelled. Okay, well, that's it for now. That is deployment done. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. There's really not much to it. I mean, there's not much to say. Except I just need to have my blob crush its way up the map. That shouldn't be too difficult.
British infantry reporting.
Alright, I'll see you guys next time.